Hi everyone, this is Mary Ann Esau. This is EDL 854, Module 11, Gifts to Students or Staff. So when you think of gifts to students or staff, there are several things to consider. Personal gifts are not to be purchased by the school. For example, a baby shower, a wedding shower, things like that. They are not to be used for school use, and you have to think about the things. Does the item leave the school when the teacher leaves? So if it's something that's going to stay, there are different rules for those kinds of things. If you buy an incentive for a student, the incentive needs to be age appropriate. You're not going to buy a high school student an Elmo sticker book or something like that. If the gifts are part of fundraising, only the gifts to students, you can only give gifts to students who participated, which that is pretty obvious, but I think it's something that needs to be noted. Incentives should be purchased with the funds raised by the student groups. So, you want to make sure that any incentive given, the student had a hand in raising that money. And gifts should not favor one group over another. So it's very important that, you're equitable when it comes to giving gifts for students and incentives. Special achievement gifts, those are gifts given, for special events or accomplishments. For example, perfect attendance award, I think was what was said in the book. Gifts should be very small and nominal in value. They should, again, be age appropriate, which is very important. And funding can come from many sources, so it doesn't just have to be the school funds. It could be, any kind of fund, parent-teacher organization fund, that kind of thing. And don't make it look like the school spends too much money. We don't want to look like we have an exorbitant amount of cash just lying around. Gifts for staff members, an example given I think was a baby shower. They should have a committee to decide who gets the gifts or when the gifts are given. Typically there would be an outline and like a bylaws kind of thing for when gifts are given and the amount of gifts and for what occasions. The committee should meet at least yearly to discuss gifting, and probably more often if there needs to be, if there's an event that comes up within the staff members. For example, a death in the family, a wedding, things like that. Gifts, again, should be reasonable in price. So if it's given by the school, again, make sure that there's a price limit and make sure it's a reasonable amount. Money should come from the annual dues. So for in my school, we pay $25 for our social committee every year, and that money then goes to funding, retirements, baby showers, wedding showers, deaths in the family, and we have a whole list of bylaws when you can give gifts, when you shouldn't, what counts as a staff member, what doesn't, all those good things. Money should be managed by that committee, so you don't want to have it managed by someone else. And it should be managed by two people, which has kind of been said throughout our book so far. You don't want to have the money collected and deposited by the same person, because then that could mean that they're going to be fraudulent or, try to embezzle money or that kind of thing. Fundraising incentive gifts and all staff gifts. Just remember, if a staff helps with the fundraising, they could get a gift. For example, the student council staff member could get a gift if the student council raises so much money, that sort of thing. Gifts, again, need to be reasonable, not extravagant. And token gifts, like they said, Teacher Appreciation Week, should, again, be nominal. It shouldn't be, a $50 gift card per each person. It needs to be realistic. Fundraising incentives and gifts more continued. Cash should not be given unless the amount is added to their W-2. So they need to kind of count it as income if they get a cash gift. And dinners at restaurants that are paid by general funds are not an appropriate use of those funds. So if you give a gift card, you need to make sure it doesn't come out of school funds. Special efforts for specific students or staff members. Special occasion gifts are acceptable to give to staff members. Again, for example, a baby shower, a wedding, a retirement, a death in the family. Those things are not things that happen all the time, and they are okay to give to staff. The book also stated to seek advice from accounting department if you're not sure. And do not use school money, but use money that's raised or donated by staff. And again, that's where those dues can come in. Again, for us, it's the social committee dues that we have. That helps us to know like where that money's coming from and that everyone is on board to use that money for the specific reasons that, that they're supposed to be used for. Basically, overall, you just have to be smart about gift giving. Again, don't spend a crazy amount of money. We are all on a budget and we need to make sure that we are responsible with our money. And use the appropriate funds. You're not going to use the general fund for something like a baby shower. You're going to use the special funds. Avoid poor judgment when giving gifts. Again, don't give everyone a $100 gift card for a teacher week or anything like that. And when in doubt, you can ask your principal or ask, the accounting team if it's appropriate and see what they say because, they're going to have a better idea as to what you should do. And here is my resource, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.